April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and this year the Northern Kentucky Children's Advocacy Center is teaming up with community partners to raise awareness about the issue. And joining us right now, CEO Lauren Mason and Director of Development Charlotte Bunker. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Well, we're really glad you guys could be here because it's such an important thing, and all month long we have been trying to raise awareness and reminding people that it is a real issue in our communities. First of all, talk to us a little bit about just how prevalent, I think a lot of people don't realize it, how prevalent is child abuse around Greater Cincinnati?
Child abuse is very prevalent. We work with children who have been sexually abused, physically abused, children who witness violent crimes, and we served over 857 children last year alone.
Just at the Northern Kentucky Advocacy Center?
Yes, 8 counties in Northern Kentucky.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot, and it's really sad to hear about, but something is being done. You guys are wearing blue. We wore our blue last week to raise awareness about it.
Yep.
What do you think is the biggest misconception when it comes to child abuse?
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know about a misconception, but one of the things I think I see a lot is that that it's shameful or that it's something to be embarrassed about. And I think it's really important that we talk about issues and we talk about sexual abuse and we tell kids it's not okay. And if something happens, we want you to tell an adult. And it's an adult's responsibility to then tell the authorities so that kids can get the help that they need.
Such a good message that there doesn't have to be a stigma around it. Like I feel like there was. It was one of those hidden secrets for so long with many, many families. Charlotte, I want to bring you in here. Talk to us a little bit about the mission and the work. I know about it. I'm going to be helping you guys out tomorrow with a luncheon, but with the Children's Advocacy Center and what you all do over there.
Yeah, so we work with children who have been physically abused, sexually abused, witnessed to violent crimes, or trafficked. And we're the first stop when there's an allegation of abuse. And what I love about it is we are also the beginning to the healing process. We want these kids to have the life that they deserve, the carefree life, and just a future full of hope and possibilities. And we have the pinwheels out, and that's what those pinwheels represent, the carefree life that every child deserves.
End that cycle, right?
Yes.
End that cycle of abuse.
And we know that family is very personal, so a lot of people, if they suspect child abuse, they'll say something like, I don't want to get involved, or that's not my business. What should people do if they suspect that a child is being abused or treated improperly?
Absolutely report. It is the most important thing that you can do. You can allow a child to have a voice. And if a child isn't being abused and you suspected something, you're still helping them be safe because you're allowing them to tell something is or isn't happening. But when we keep silent and we don't report things just because we're scared that someone might get angry at us, we continue to allow children to be in really bad situations.
Well, I can't thank you enough for both being here and for all that you do day in and day out. Ashley and I, we see it on the news, right?
Yeah.
So many of the stories we cover have started with some sort of abuse in the home. So thank you for being here and for all that you guys do every day. Again, tomorrow there is a luncheon to honor our community partners. We're talking police officers, prosecutors, the people who deal with this day in and day out. I'm going to be there, as I said, and to learn much more about the Children's Advocacy Center and how you can make a difference in the fight against child abuse. Visit the link here on your screen. We're going to have all of that information for you also on our website. Just go to WLWT.com. Charlotte, Lauren, thank you again.
Thank
for
you.
all that you guys do.
And thanks for what you guys do to keep our community safe.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And